So good day everyone. So I am Arlene Dicara and my task is to report the list of legal and ethical use of technology. So it is the continuation of the report of Mr. Roderick de Gracia. So first we have take care of technology equipment. So with malware and viruses running rampant, students must learn to watch what they download, click, and share. So students must take care of the technology equipment which can be viewed as a privilege. It is also important for the students to learn to protect the technology resources according to Sinamo, Roses, and Earthmark 2010. So malware such as viruses, worms, and Trojan horses are even more prevalent today because of the increased use of emails, fax, blogs, social media, and etc. So students should be alert and active at all times when encountering suspicious messages, links, pop-up windows, and etc. So to prevent computers from being infected with malicious software, according to Sinamo et al. 2010. So students should immediately let their teachers know if there may be a malware on a computer so that any problems can be addressed right away. Okay, so next we have is the Copyright Law, Fair Use Act, and Creative Commons Matter. So students learn how to copy and paste without realizing the copyright implications. So understanding the copyright and related laws will help students to ensure and follow the rules in using and sharing content. So technology make it easier to create, access, duplicate, and share information. It is therefore essential for the teachers and students to understand the use of copyright material according to Sinamo et al. 2010. So copyright laws will protect an author's original work. So while the Fair Act use permits the use of copyright materials for educational and non-commercial purposes. So to stay within safe parameters of Fair Use Act, practice the 10% rule when using others' work according to Sinamo et al. 2010. Okay, so next we have is help prevent cyberbullying. So the anonymity of internet and not seeing faces makes it easy to say things one would not utter in person. So teaching students about cyberbullying requires discussing not only its definition but also how hurtful and damaging it can be. So give examples about cyberbullying and encourages students to report any cyberbullying incidents to teachers, counselors, administrators, and parents. So prevent cyberbullying by discussing it, addressing it, and reporting it. So students interact with one another via social networks, chat rooms, blogs, and etc. daily. They can write just about anything on these platforms which they can be forwarded to many with just few clicks, causing more issues if the information is sensitive or hurtful to another, according to Levy 2011. So the consequences of cyberbullying can be damaging, resulting in emotional stress, withdrawal from school, and relocation, and even suicide, according to Sinamo et al. Teachers must provide a set of guidelines that addresses ways to prevent and handle cyberbullying. So first we have discuss cyberbullying and how it is unacceptable. So second, provide examples of cyberbullying to help students understand the importance of addressing this growing concern. So third and last, we have students should report inappropriate online interactions to their parents, teachers, counselors, and administrators immediately whether they are victim or bystander. So students need to know about the serious repercussions for intentionally harming someone online. Now let's move on to self-image is important. So without seeing faces, people can easily overshare in a digital world. So kids need to learn how future employers look up candidates' social media accounts to see how they represent themselves in public. So choose to promote a positive and professional image of self online. So on social networking websites, students can share information about themselves globally according to Diwal, Bofarde, Bonsar, and Campbell 2011. So keep in mind that, however, that freedom of speech does not equate to freedom of consequences. So students must think before they post something online and make it available for the world to see. A potential problem of which today's learners must be aware is that employers check for information about prospective candidates online according to Oxley 2010. So it is essential that students understand that once they post an image, comment, and etc. online, it is there forever. Okay, so now let's move on to make use of Netiquette. So Netiquette comprises the rules of an online community, sloppy writing on online forums, device distractions while in conversations, and sending unsolicited emails are a few examples of poor netiquette. So learners need to understand what makes good and bad netiquette and why. So in netiquette, we need to be courteous and respectful when communicating with others online. So it's best to think about what use netiquette. So netiquette can be defined as rules for online communications according to Aranda 2007. So communication online is done on a variety of platforms, from social networks to email, and students must understand the different rules for each model of communications. So online etiquette must be addressed in today's classrooms. Teachers should allow learners to practice etiquette by providing them opportunities to communicate online via email, blogs, social networks, and etc. So this will allow for opportunities to model etiquette. Okay, so the last one is remember to be effective, thoughtful, and ethical digital creators. So teachers can incorporate assignments that use digital tools in the classrooms. This allows students to learn how to use technology responsibly with teacher oversight. So educators must teach students to be effective, thoughtful, and ethical digital creators according to Divus Edman, Adhal, and Hicks 2010. So students should be afforded opportunities to use digital tools to gain the necessary skills for the 21st century in order to help them be responsible users of technology. So of course, teachers must set expectations and guidelines to ensure students use technology properly. So teachers can have students blog about what they're learning in class, create a video explaining the steps for a math problems, and create a graphic timelines, dissect a frog in a virtual environmental, and etc. So these opportunities and others can help students to become responsible digital creators.
And now, here are the ethics computer user. Number 1. Use the computer to help people and not to do harm.
So it means, do not use computer to change or mess with other people's files or computer system because it is considered as unethical for computer users.
Number 2. Use your own assigned computer unit and not to interfere with others' work.
Making changes to other people's file without their approval is considered as unethical. Same with creating computer viruses and will display annoying messages corrupt files and erase data. So it says here na huwag natin gamitin ang computer para mag-interfere ng gawa ng ibang tao or corrupt ng mga files nila or to erase data.
Number 3. Use the computer using your own files and not to use other files.
We must always remember to respect someone's privacy and intellectual property.
Number 4. Use the computer to share information and not to steal other information.
Okay, so it says here na huwag natin gamitin ang computer para magnakaw ng files or money. Ang halimbawa nito is yung paggamit ng computer para ma-hack ang isang bank account para ma-transfer yung money to another account. So breaking the bank accounts and transferring money through the use of computer is considered as stealing or magnanakaw.
Number 5, use the computer to share truthful information and not to do character assassination.
Considering that the computers are used for good of the public, must also consider that we must never spread malicious and unjustified harming of others' reputation.
Number 6, use the software that the original and legal not pirated.
So software is intellectual product. So in that way, it is look like a book obtaining legal copies of copyright. Software is about as photocopying as copyright book.
Number 7, use other computer resources with permission and not to duplicate without authorization.
So assessing through unauthorized use of IDC users' names and passwords in hacking. The example for this is yung paggamit ng ID's username and password ng ibang tao para ma-hack natin yung account nila. Yun ay considered also as unethical.
Number 8, use your own work and not the work of others.
Okay, so the example for this is using the ideas and the words of others without clearly acknowledging the author and source of the information is considered as unethical. So in short, it is called plagiarism. Ang plagiarism ay isang violence kung saan ninanakaw natin ang information without clearly acknowledging the author of the source of the information.
Number 9, use the computer that shows respect and consideration for other people and not to do bullying.
Okay, so here, we must consider the Private Space Act.
Number 10, use the programs of software having in mind its social impact and not for self-interest.